Let's head out to Jeremy in the backyard. He has the important information we're all waiting to hear.
Yes, Scott, and actually I want to give you a sneak peek to next weekend, right? We had talked about MLK weekend in that package. Well, we're going to have another storm push through on Tuesday. That's going to give us a shot for some rain that might wash away some of the snow that we get tomorrow. So it might not be optimal skiing conditions. We're also tracking another system for the weekend. We have a very active weather pattern, but right now we're going to focus on the storm that's coming tomorrow. Let's take a look at our National Weather Service advisories and warnings. And you can see we have a winter storm warning in effect for all of our counties now, Potter and Tioga County included. You can see shaded in that pink salmon color. And that indicates that we have conditions that are imminent for a winter storm across the entire region. We're all going to get snow. We're all going to get measurable snow. Snow that's definitely going to have to get plowed as we go through the day and evening tomorrow. And it's going to taper off as we go towards Sunday morning. All right, here's our current satellite and radar. You can already see some of the infringing clouds from the storm system starting to push into central Pennsylvania. Let's take a jump down to the south. You can see the low pressure system is centered in Arkansas, and it's got a lot of fed moisture from the Gulf. So you're seeing a lot of increased moisture in the storm that's going to continue to push its way towards the north and east. And as it does so, it'll encounter colder air. Then it'll go off the coast, kind of off of the Chesapeake, and that's where it's going to pull in on the backside. Remember, low pressure systems turn counterclockwise, so it's going to pull in on the backside, that colder air, to ensure that it will remain snow almost the entirety of the storm system. Currently, actually earlier this morning, we woke up to temperatures that were very chilly. 16 in Mount Pocono, 22 in Scranton, and it was feeling even colder because we had some winds out there too. So cold that Carol sent in this picture from Music Lakes in Mount Cobb, completely frozen over there in Music Lakes. Currently, temperatures definitely cold enough for water to freeze in a lot of our locations. As a matter of fact, all of our locations there are below freezing now. 22 at Tafton, 21 in Shahola, 24 in Stroudsburg and Saylorsburg, 26 in Lehighton, 23 in Danville. So that cold air is already in place, and we'll see more of it on the backside of that low pressure system. There's that counterclockwise flow filtering in air from Canada cold enough to support that snow. We're just worried about a few counties in our southern tier that could see a little bit of mixing of sleet and maybe even some rain too. But the rest of us remain primarily a snow event, and that will result in definite accumulating snow totals. So here's how I see things playing out. By 4 o'clock, we're all overcast. We're seeing those leading clouds to the storm. Then by 1 o'clock, we'll see the first flakes starting to begin in central Pennsylvania out by State College. They'll push their way across all of central and northeastern Pennsylvania by 3 or 4 o'clock. And you'll see heavier bouts of snow in central Pennsylvania. We're expecting maybe 1 to 2 inch an hour snowfall rates as we go through the afternoon hours. Then by 6:30, all of us dealing with snowfall. There could be some mixing there. You see that pink. Earlier models were suggesting mixing even extending all the way up into Lackawanna County throughout the evening. You can see also some of that rain starting to push into central New Jersey. We could see that inch in to Carbon and Schuylkill counties as well. That will dampen some of our snowfall totals in those regions. But those of you who stay snowed the entire time, we're talking Wayne, Pike counties, the higher elevations there of Susquehanna County, you're going to see significant accumulations, and we're all going to see significant accumulations. Things kind of taper off as we go towards midnight on Sunday. But we will see some residual flurries, not too many accumulations though as we go through the day on Sunday, and then some clearing by Sunday night. Monday looks like we're going to have a partly sunny sky. So the GFS model is indicating that we could see anywhere from 6 inches to over 11 inches of snow, approaching a foot. This is another look at different models. This is how we compare models. Of course, models are never the be-all, end-all. We are able to determine from the models what we actually as meteorologists believe is going to fall. So we've been analyzing the trends, we've been watching the patterns, and although these are high numbers, we do think that that's possible. We think it's a general 4 to 8 inches all the way from Williamsport back through the Wyoming Valley, Scranton included, Wilkes-Barre included, Factoryville also. The heaviest totals, once again, just like Lisa said, in the Poconos, but you notice this steep gradient because we're going to have that rain-snow line set up right there along the southern tier, so we might end up seeing some mixing and maybe even some lower totals there in Schuylkill County. But the rest of us seeing really a big snowstorm, our first big one since 2021. Last winter season, we only picked up 21.3 inches. Last January, we picked up 2.5 inches. So this storm is definitely going to put down all of what we picked up in all of January. So it'll be our biggest storm yet, I believe, since 2021 of February. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. Heavy snow for tomorrow. 37 degrees will be your high temperature. Sunday, once again, 37, those exiting flakes in the morning hours. And then we're tracking our next snow/rainstorm for Tuesday. I think it's going to start off as some leading snow and then switch over to all rain that might start to wash away all that snow that we're going to get over Sunday.
All right.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yep.
We'll be right back here on Newswatch 16 at 10.